Right everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in this video I'm going to cover the Kalvin Phillips rumour, shall we say. Like, you know, it is what it is, but the main part of the video is going to be my reply to a comment that was left on my last video by Dave Stewart. You know, he put a lot of effort into it. It's quite a lengthy comment, to be fair, about the current situation at the club, and I just felt like I couldn't reply back to him in a comment, so I thought I'd just do it in a video. And yeah guys, it's got a lot of talking points in it, so I'm quite interested in to see where it takes me. So yeah, first and foremost, let's do the Kalvin Phillips. So this was in the Daily Star today, that apparently Liverpool want to sign Kalvin Phillips for 35 million in the summer as a replacement, well, an alternative target for Jude Bellingham. I do not get that whatsoever. He's desperate to bolster midfield options, and Phillips is one of the main targets apparently. It's understood that Liverpool have let it be known that Phillips is on their radar, and the 27-year-old is open to the move to Liverpool. He joined City for 50 million last year, and he was relishing the chance to play for Guardiola apparently. But he's only made so many starts. He's undergone a shoulder operation, and then wasn't it not so long ago that Guardiola basically called him fat? You know, when he came back saying he was overweight and stuff like that. And yeah, just in all honesty guys, I'm not going to go any further with this. I just don't think there's anything in this. The only possible thing I can see being in this is that he's an English homegrown player, and it's something that we need, and I'm pretty sure Dave covers this off in his comment as well. But that's the only thing I'd give any sort of validity to this. I don't think he's a Jurgen Klopp player anymore. Maybe a couple of years ago, but he's aged on a little bit. I don't think he's got the energy. He doesn't get in the City team, and he don't even get in the England team anymore, so I would not be happy with this signing. I would say if we are signing Kalvin Phillips, he is probably fourth choice or something daft like that, you know, in the list. So yeah, I wouldn't pay too much attention to that, guys, and I won't waste any more time on that rumour in this video. So, Dave Stewart, let's go through your comment, mate. I'm not going to read it out verbatim. I'm just going to pick out the bits that you've left in there. So you start off with saying that Caicedo would take up to half of the transfer budget, 80 to 90 million, and McAllister would cost around 70. I kind of agree with that, if I'm not going to lie. I don't really see Liverpool spending that kind of money on a single player this summer. Depends, mate, I don't know. And it's rumoured that Liverpool are bidding 4 or 5 players this summer. Yeah, I do believe that. I think everyone's talking about midfield, but I could see us getting a centre-back and potentially another forward as well. Looking at the players to go, we will lose Ox, Keita and Firmino. Yep, they're going. And then obviously Millie might be leaving. Gomez, there's a question mark over him. Kelleher and Matip also. There's another player I'd actually throw in there as well with a question mark over, and who's in a similar situation to Matip is Thiago. He's only got a year left on his deal, guys. And this would be the last summer where we could get any sort of money for him if he's not going to sign a new deal. So you want to talk about Trent first. He's not a defender that can continue at right back with the current system. Yeah, I agree. But I am... you've touched on something there that I want to do in another video. Basically, the formation that Liverpool have been using over the past couple of games. We have like a box midfield now, if that makes sense. And we play kind of 3 at the back. And when we're attacking, for me, it looks like we're playing 3-2-5. But I'm going to try and go in a bit more in depth in that situation there in another video, because I want to see if I can get, like, you know, a diagram to show you what I mean and everything like that. And I just don't think I could be able to describe it as here, but I guess I can have a try, because you're still talking here. Like, Trent moves to midfield, then we need a right back. Right, okay, so I think going forward, Liverpool are going to play 3 at the back when we have the ball, and then it's going to be a fluid formation where Trent will drop back into the right back position once we lose the ball. So the way I see it is, when we've got the ball, it's going to be a back 3 of, say, like Konate, Van Dijk and Robertson, who's going to pull in and tuck in, because Konate is going to come across to cover Trent, Van Dijk's going to go to the middle, and Robbo's going to slot in next to Van Dijk. Robbo plays that type of position when he plays for Scotland, you know, when Tierney's playing at left back. So yeah, I don't think there'd be much thing there, but also as well, that does kind of go into the Ndika links, because he can play left back and left centre back. So maybe he could come in there to potentially cover for Robbo, or Robbo covers him, and maybe that would see Tsimikas move out of the team. You know, if we're going to stick with this formation, where would Tsimikas fit in? I don't think Tsimikas could play centre back, whereas Robbo does it for his national team. But yeah, basically then you'd have Trent and Fabinho or whoever sat just in front of the back 3 for instance, and then you'd let the next 5 just go forward and just like, you know, do what they have to do, and then your 2 midfielders who would be your 8s, they'd be box-to-box midfielders that can get drop backwards and get forwards, have the energy to do that, and that's why I think we're seen as linked with McAllister, Mount, you know, them type of players, because they could be the ones that drop into these 8 positions, and then, yeah, I'll go into a bit more in depth in that in another video, but I don't think that kind of made sense. I hope it did, but I think that I don't know, like if that's the formation we're going to stick with, and if I've got it right in my head, I don't think Liverpool will get a right back this summer, just because the right back would be negated by Trent dropping into a midfield pivot, if that makes sense. So you move on here. In midfield, many seem to have forgotten about the impact of Stefan. Yeah, they do, yeah. Yeah, Stefan was really good when we were poor, but again, was he only standing out because we were poor? I don't think so, but some could argue that. I do think he's one for the future. I can see him alongside Trent or Fabinho, whoever, you know, in that midfield pivot. I don't think I could see him further forward in the 2-8 roles, but I could definitely see him in that midfield pivot. And I could see, and you mentioned Gravenberch there, I 100% think that could be done. And I think if he gets done, I think the Jude Bellingham transfer for this summer could potentially be over. But yeah, I think Gravenberch could be done at any second. And then we could still have Hendo, Thiago, Fab, Curtis and Elliott. Yeah. Now, I would still send Curtis out on loan, and then maybe that's why we've seen the links with like English players like Kalvin Phillips. But who knows there, yeah. And then you've said that you think that Gravenberch and another midfielder, perhaps Thuram, at around 30 million. Okay, I could see Gravenberch costing around 30 million, but Thuram, like, I think the recent rumours that we've seen about him, you're looking at about 50 to 60 for him, which does seem a lot considering they only bought him for like $500,000. But it's the transfer market, innit? You know, prices go up when a player's had a good season. But Thuram as well, he's a player I'm watching. Keep an eye on him, guys. He could be one that we get over the line as well. The forward line. So you've mentioned that Firmino, believing, yep, he's going. His game time has been reduced, and we'll look to a different tactic going forward. With him leaving, we will have 5 attacking options. Will that be enough? With one youth be promoted, will Salah be moving on? You said here you would say that Salah could be moving on for 60, 70 million. Yeah, I agree. Question marks over Salah still. I'm 50-50 on that. That meeting with PSG did not happen for no reason whatsoever, and it was not to do with the potential Qatari ownership coming in to take over Liverpool, because if it was, why the hell is FSG using Salah to speak to them? It doesn't make sense. He would not be the mouthpiece there for Liverpool. And also, if that was the kind of thing that's gone, this is a multi-billion dollar deal, or pound deal, sorry I'm not American, multi-billion pound deal, they wouldn't be seen in public and allow pictures to be taken, if that makes sense, if it was something to do at that magnitude. So yeah, let's go forward here. Yeah, Salah, I think Salah, yeah, you've mentioned Salah there. I think 50-50, guys, if it goes. Honestly, I'd just keep an eye on it. Don't be surprised if we sell Salah this summer. If we do sell Salah, we will need a world-class prospect. In addition, they were few around, but could be money be used to bring in a home good fielder like Mount. Yeah, could be. I potentially think that Salah could be sold to do Bellingham or another expensive target. Yeah, I agree with that. If Kelleher does move, then we need to bring in a quality replacement. 100%. Yeah, and Adrian, you've mentioned here, I think he's going as well. Like, his contract's running out, so Adrian will be going. Kelleher could be sold, but then, like, who do we go and get? For me, in my opinion, if Kelleher goes, you don't go out there and buy a young goalkeeper. Because I think we've got enough young players there to potentially step up, but you bring in another, say, older English goalkeeper who can help with the homegrown quota. Someone like Fraser Forster or something, you know, at Tottenham, or I don't know, I can't really think of any homegrown players that are currently back up, you know. It's a tough one, is that, to be fair. I'll have to look into that, to be honest with you, because I won't go spend a load of money, but then you run the risk, don't you? Like, if Alisson gets injured, then do you fall back onto someone that you've not really put a lot of effort into? Maybe one to watch that in summer, guys. But if we did sell Kelleher, I would put a buyback clause in that sale. So if he goes to, say, Spurs, for instance, or West Ham, if he has a great season or a great couple of seasons, get a bit more experience in the Premier League, we could buy him back at a decent price. You know, we'll get first dibs or something like And then you've mentioned here the last position is centre-back, and for you it's Vardiol. Ticks all the boxes and is a Liverpool fan. Can we cut a deal for him? Sorry if I've dropped a bit. nah, mate. Honestly, this you've mentioned at the end of that, like, sorry if a few have dropped off to sleep there. Just be a good thing for debate. Yeah, it's good for him for debate, this, mate. Yeah. I don't fall asleep. I found this very interesting, this comment, Dave. I really did. So anyway, getting back to the centre backs. Vardiol, I think he's too expensive. Bloody iWatch there going off. Apple Watch. Vardiol, I think he'd be too expensive as well if we're going to spend a lot of money on a decent midfielder. I mean, they're looking at about 80 million for him out, then they're saying that he's not for sale again, so maybe even 80 million wouldn't be enough to get that one over the line. Who knows? For me, centre-back options at the minute, I'm looking at Ndicka at Frankfurt. Is it Ben Colwill at Chelsea? But he's currently out on loan at Brighton. Keep an eye on him. I don't really know any other ones, really, to be honest with you. But do you know what I'm saying there, though? Going back to my first thought, the centre-backs that we're looking for seem to be ones that can play prominently on the left and can also do like a left-back position, which makes me think that I'm potentially right on how we're going to start doing this midfield box with the 3 at the back and then the 2 sitting in a pivot and then the 5 attacking with 2 8s dropping, you know, box-to-box midfielders, if that makes sense. But yeah, I can't see Vardiol being done if we're going to go spend a decent amount of money on midfielders, but we definitely will be in for a centre-back this summer, 100%. And then you've just left another comment now basically saying, yeah, I'll do that. Right, after this video, I'm going to do a poll for the subscribers to find out how much you realistically think we will spend this summer. Yeah, I'm going to do that after this. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to do anything else on this. Thanks, David, for the comment. I hope I've answered some of your questions there, gave my opinion on it. It's a really well thought out comment. If anyone else wants to do something similar to this, please let me know and just drop it in and I'll do a video like this. I feel like I've kind of waffled, but at the same time I think it was worthwhile doing this video to get my point across for Dave. So yeah, guys, if you are new here, subscribe to the channel, give this video a like if you've enjoyed it, and also, as Dave's done just there, leave a comment down below. I will ask the question now. How much money do you think Liverpool will spend in the transfer window this year? Let me know down below, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.